Mr. Baron, what do you think about the project of Osservatorio, Quotidiano in Classe?
I think it's an excellent project. It's very important that people who are in classrooms, who are involved in secondary education, students of every type, really understand the media. They're being inundated with information now of all sorts, and it's very important that they understand that there are different kinds of sources of information, there are different levels of quality. They need to learn to be skeptical of that information. They need to understand who's the source of that information, who's engaged in a process of verification. They need to be sophisticated about the media that they have. We're in a media-centric world right now with the internet, and so people need to know what they're dealing with. They need to have a sophisticated understanding of it.
Do you think it could be possible in the future to bring it to the United States at a secondary school?
Well, you know, we do have newspaper in the classroom programs that each individual newspaper has. It's been very common over decades that individual newspapers have their own program. We don't have a national program, which is what this is here in Italy. We have individual newspapers have their own individual programs with high schools in their own communities. Whether that can be expanded or not, I have no idea. There are some interesting nonprofit projects. There's one in particular called the News Literacy Project in the United States, which is a national scope and that has received funding from a number of different sources, and its program is very similar to this one, and that is to develop a level of sophistication among students about the kind of information that they're receiving, and to sort of recognize what should have credibility, what shouldn't have credibility, the kinds of questions they should ask, the degree of skepticism that they should have, so that they can judge the information that they're receiving. So that is a nonprofit. It was launched by a former reporter for the Los Angeles Times, and it has grown quite impressively, and I hope that will continue to grow. And so it's not exactly the same as this program, but it is very similar in a lot of respects.
Just the last question. In your opinion, which will be the future of printed newspaper with the new media, social network, and other things?
Well, I think we have to recognize that in the future, the printed newspaper will not be a very big part of what we do. I can't predict, everybody wants you to predict exactly when it's going to go away, and I can't offer a prediction on when that might be. But I have to say that I will be very surprised if in a decade, newspapers are a very big part of what we do. People are simply, the younger generation doesn't use newspapers. We have to recognize that. And frankly, I don't really care if they use newspapers. I care if they get credible information, quality information from a variety of sources. And we would hope at the Washington Post to be very much a part of that. And that's our objective, is to be very much a part of that. But we are in a digital world. We're in a mobile world. That is the world that we live in. I think we have to recognize that that is the way it's going to be. We're never going to be going back to a print world. And so I don't know that newspapers will last for very long.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your staying.
Okay.
Bye.